Hi everyone! So we are traveling again and we are actually on Vancouver Island this time. And
Southern Vancouver Island.
That's right. And we attended a wedding in Victoria. Now we're here at Juan de Fuca Provincial Park.
Yes.
It's beautiful here. So we hope you enjoyed this video.
We actually came over, I guess, 2 days ago on the ferry, and it was very busy, as you'd expect in the start of summer. And then we stayed at one of our favorite places in Victoria, which is Fort Victoria. If you've watched our previous videos, you know we often stay there, and it just works out so nicely. It's nicely located, it's quiet, we're able to plug in, and it's quite warm, so we could run some air conditioning if we wanted. It's an older place, but everything's just immaculate. It's next to a great rail trail, so paved trail that you can ride your bike to Victoria. We're on the E&N rail trail. I think it's about 14 kilometers in length. It joins on to the Galloping Goose Trail, which goes out to Souk, which is 55 kilometers in length. And then you can also take a route to go to the ferries from there, which is like another 29 kilometers. So a wonderful place to be for a biker.
Yeah, and it's not too far to the bus stop to catch a bus to Victoria downtown as well.
And Victoria is just a beautiful city this time of year. And a great time going into Victoria, and there's a wonderful little fitness park not very far away from the RV park as well, so we did a walk through there, and then I did a workout the next day in there. We've got a running track. It's just a nice little place to be. We really like Fort Victoria.
Yeah.
Why walk when you can stand on some metal contraption and swing your legs?
Yeah, and the wedding was great.
Yes.
Beautiful. Yeah, the bride and groom. Yeah, they looked very happy, and all worked out really well.
In the same family, a few years ago, we were at a similar wedding. It didn't quite go off as smoothly, only because it was outside, and unfortunately the day of the ceremony it poured and poured just during the ceremony, and then it became nice then after. And then we actually came out here again too. That's right.
Yeah.
It was our video was 4 beaches and a wedding, I think. Anyway, we really enjoyed Fort Victoria, and then we worked our way out here to Juan de Fuca Provincial Park.
On the coast. Doing their Sunday market in Shirley. Yeah, and it was actually quite lucky that we came over here, because I think we found the one relatively cool spot on the whole
Well, at least on the southern part of BC.
Yeah.
Northern Ireland's substantially cooler, but yeah, it's in the lower mainland, and the interior is basically heat warnings. Even in Victoria there's heat warnings.
Yeah.
But here the temperature yesterday was about 24 degrees, and at night cooled down to 15, so it was just wonderful.
Yeah.
I went up and down a couple times on the trail. It's about a kilometer down to the beach, and you lose about 80 meters of elevation, which of course you have to gain back. I went down once, then Miki came down closer to sunset, and it was nice. And then I was down there this morning about 6 in the morning, just enjoying again the beauty of the beach.
So this dish is called Marry Me Chickpeas, which I thought it would be appropriate to make it because we were here for a wedding. And it's actually supposed to be more of a stew consistency, but it's kind of like a soup now. So I think I added too much water.
So marry me soup.
Marry Me soup, yeah. But there's chickpeas there. Yeah, and then I'm just gonna, turn this off and add the spinach and the chives, and ready to go. Okay, so I think you're supposed to eat it with, I don't know, like a sourdough loaf or something like that. But I decided focaccia might be appropriate as well. So it's kind of an Italian sort of feel. And as always, I'll link the recipe below. It's an Instagram recipe that I'm trying for the first time. So yeah, so bon appetit.
It reminds me of the soup my mom used to make when I was younger. It's called Marry Me Soup.
We're heading down to check out the sunset on the beach. Maybe a little early though.
Good morning. It's our second day here, first night. Beautiful morning. It's about 6 a.m. I've just come down to the beach again. It's hard, just up and down all the time because it's so beautiful here. Just around the corner, Mystic Beach Trail's over that way. Just a beautiful morning. Nice and cool, about 15 degrees. And you can see the sun's coming up. I think the sun came up maybe 40 minutes ago, but still nice and cool here, and nice marine fog with a little bit of sun. Man, it's pretty beautiful. Such a nice place. So today we're going to see whether we can stay another day because the temperature here is much cooler. The park manager was saying it was probably at least 8 degrees cooler than Victoria, maybe 10 degrees cooler than Nanaimo, and that's, you know, in the summer months. It's just where we're from, it's very warm right now. So we're going to see if we can stay another day. That's going to take a little bit of time because we won't know until right about 11 o'clock this morning whether we can stay or not. And then we have to do some logistics, shift our ferries and things like that, but hopefully we can make it all work. Oh, so nice here. Cool enough and humid enough. You might be able to see my breath. We were actually only going to stay one night here, but the weather was so pleasant that we switched campsites and have stayed, and we're staying a second night, and then just changed our ferry reservation to the following day as well.
And the nice thing too about doing things spur of the moment, last minute, is that
which is unusual for us. As
yeah,
you know.
is that we were able to change to a better ferry tomorrow.
Yeah.
Heat warning ends tomorrow, so that worked out well in Metro Vancouver. And also we're going to be visited by our friends Steve and Darlene, who actually live on the island, and they're just going to pop by and see us. So it just all worked out really well.
Yeah, they're en route now, and they said they were going to bring us coffee and donuts.
We'll see.
Now, you know, that's the one thing. If you watched our last video, a couple of people were joking and calling it Bacon RV,
yeah,
because we stopped at a lot of bakeries and little communities and things, which is kind of fun. But in this trip, we haven't so far. So I am really hoping they are bringing us coffee and donuts.
Yes. So we're at the ferry terminal, Schwartz Bay in Victoria, and heading home.
Yes, we managed to get about a 2-hour drive to get here. For some reason, when we checked on Google, it told us 3. So we're early, and we managed to get a bit earlier ferry, which is nice. It's not too hot. Anyway, we had a great trip. can't speak highly enough about Juan de Fuca Park. It stayed cool. Temperatures everywhere else were in the low 30s. I think yesterday our temperature was never more than about 21. A little warmer down at the beach in the sun, but yeah, it was just beautiful.
Yeah. So timing worked out really well for us, so we feel very fortunate. When we get home, it'll be super hot though, but just for one more day. So if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so already, and we'll see you next time.
We'll see you next time.